what's the procedure of a Canada study visa, and what is the difference between SDS and non-SDS? What should we do, and what documents should we be providing in case if there is a refusal? Why don't we get the study visa in time, or was there a problem with the SOP of the child? So all these queries are going to be answered in this session today with Mr. Sanjol Karyali. Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing?
So good afternoon, everybody.
So, sir, I think the first thing, that we would all love to know is what exactly is the procedure of visa filing? And if you can just include, the difference between SDS category and non-SDS category, though we are aware of the basics, but what's the major difference? So if you can just throw some light on that.
Right, ma'am. So visa filing for Canada, it's not something rocket science for anything. It's very simple. It's just that we need to know the right documents, right ways of presenting our documents to IRCC. It's just all about that. So coming on to the major two categories, which is student direct stream, which is also known as SDS in short form, and non-SDS one. So the only major difference which everybody knows is that in any of the modules in the IELTS, if there is a score which is 5.5, or even two modules are having 5.5, so we consider that case as non-SDS. Other than that, if we are having 6 in all the modules and overall is also 6, so it's considered as SDS, and any score par that is again in SDS category. But here another point to understand is that even if we are submitting a file with the PTE score or a TOEFL as the medium of instruction, those files are also considered under non-SDS category. So these are the very basic differences in SDS and non-SDS.
Great, sir. Thank you so much. Aplicar will help you file your student's application through our portal.
Right.
And the moment we receive the offer letter from the college, what should be the immediate next step that an agent or a partner should be helping students with?
So as soon as a candidate has received one offer or multiple offers via Aplicar, so the very next step one should follow is to make sure that the candidate goes for a medical with any of the prescribed IRCC members. Considering this thing that the candidate is under SDS category or non-SDS category, they should also make them aware of all the documents which they should be arranging at that moment, because arranging of documents is the major part, and that's the point in which candidate takes a lot of time. So to ensure that by the time the candidate reaches the filing stage, they should all be aware of what they have to provide to their agent, so that the process is very seamless and efficient. So the major difference, like I said, between the SDS and non-SDS in the beginning of this session, I have already cleared. So the only fact is that as per IRCC, if a candidate is under SDS category, they are not supposed to provide any kind of supporting documents while they are submitting their file to IRCC for the financial sponsors, whether it's their parents or their aunt or relative or brother, whosoever it is there. We need to mention their names, their profession, their annual income, but we don't have to provide any supporting document because they are in SDS category. But at the same time, if a candidate is under non-SDS category and we are submitting a file, then for each and every financial sponsor who is going to back their studies and all other activities in Canada, they have to provide very genuine and documents. For example, if a candidate's father and mother are sponsoring them and their profession is that they are government employees, both of them, then they need to provide their ITRs. Apart from ITRs for 2 years, for 2 financial years. Apart from that, they can also provide CA report, which is called the evaluation report of the property, which includes the movable and immovable property of those financial sponsors. Apart from that, also they can also provide bank balance certificates in which they show how much liquidity assets they are also having with them, and all those documents altogether suffice the entire need when a visa officer is going through a non-SDS file, which ensures that that particular candidate's sponsors are having enough liquidity assets or properties, or they are having a regular income annually, so they can back up their child while the candidate is in Canada and is studying there.